The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para-X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Step outside of your comfort zone. See the world with a whole new perspective. Join us and experience the unexplained on the Paranormal View.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Paranormal View right here on the Parax Radio Network. I want to thank everyone for being with us tonight. Those in the chat room and those listening from around the world, we appreciate each and every one of you. We had a little problems getting connected tonight, so it didn't take us too long anyway. We lost about 8 minutes, but we're on, and want to thank everybody for being safe. I know that there's problems that's going on right now with the coronavirus, and everybody's got some hardships and having to stay home. So it's a good thing that you can come here and actually listen to a show and be here with everybody else and get a chat for a little while. We do have a great show lined up for tonight, and I want to remind everybody, if you do have questions, you can private chat them to either Ceiling Cat. Jeff's in the chat room, so you can chat to Geoff, or you can send them to H. Foister, and we will get those answered for you. And if you're listening from somewhere else other than here in the chat room and you got questions, you can send a question to the Paranormal View at gmail.com, and we will get those answered for you. Tonight, got the long-lost son, you might say, of Para-X, Geoffrey Gould's with us tonight.
Hello. Trying to keep my connection connected.
And we got Barbara Duncan with us.
Still here and virus-free.
Yes.
Yay.
And like I say, we do have a great guest tonight, so I'm sure you'll probably be having a lot of questions with this person. And we're going to let Geoff go ahead and introduce her, since we had a little tough time getting on.
Yeah, well, with over 30 years experience in paranormal research, Darcie McGrath is a paranormal researcher with a background in parapsychology, studying under the Ryan Education Center and HCH Institute. She's a member of the Ryan Research Center and Society for Scientific Exploration and the Forever Family Foundation, and a paranormal haunting consultant, plus a network investigator with the Office of Paranormal Investigation, which was founded and led by renowned parapsychologist Lloyd Auerbach. Yay! Darcie teaches a variety of classes on paranormal studies, as well as other private venues around the country. And besides her work from the paranormal, she's also practicing Usai. Is that pronounced? Usai? I think I should know how that's pronounced.
Usai.
Sui. Reiki master and an angelologist, which is a fun word to try and say. Welcome back, Darcie McGrath.
Thank you so much.
And that's, you said that's pronounced Usai? Usai? What?
Now I'm having a problem with it. Usai. Yeah, Usai Reiki. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something to call, not to call the pigs to come in or anything. Yes.
Yeah, Usui Reiki. No, you're good. It's all good. It's all good. We could use a little bit more of that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, just thank you very much for everybody logging in tonight, and thanks for hanging with us. And I know it's a really difficult time right now. We have a lot of people that are in isolation right now, whether voluntary or involuntary, and it's great to have you with us tonight. For those of you in the United States, just a reminder from the CDC that wash your hands. You know how to do that. And if you don't need to be out, don't be out. We don't need any more weight on our medical system than we need to. And Italy has said that over and over and over again to us. You know, learn from what's going on with us. You know, please stay home if you don't need to be out. If you don't need to be out, stay home. So for those of you that are online tonight, thank you for staying with us tonight and hanging in there.
And keep washing your hands.
Yes.
And keep washing your hands.
Yes.
And there's moisturizer if your hands get dry. So, keep washing your hands.
It's said that the best way to wash your hands is with at least a minimum of 20 seconds.
20
and
seconds.
They say, a lot of people say, you should sing happy birthday. But I liked an interesting post indicating that the prologue to the Star Trek episodes is 20 seconds.
It is. Yes.
Great. Yeah, Gloria Gaynor started doing a video, too, that she posted online. She's, of course, the artist from the 70s, famous for the song I Will Survive. So, her song also is 20, or the chorus anyway is 20 seconds.
Yeah,
so
20
seconds. Yeah. So that's for the oldies out there that remember that song.
Well, it was also in the movie Men in Black. So
That's right. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And also online, there's a lot of virtual tours you can do online. And somebody just posted, the Winchester Mystery House is giving a free virtual tour. So you can do that. Monterey Bay Aquarium is showing a penguin cam. They let the penguins out into the place where the visitors normally go so that the penguins can watch the exhibits. And
so they're not
the
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go up to the glass like, whoa, that's
whoa,
cool,
this is
man.
cool. I love
one of the best skits I ever heard was Mulvaney. Was it John Mulvaney did a skit and says, "Wait a minute, the jaguar's on the inside part? Tell them we're here." Yeah, so they better come from outside the inside part. So there you go.
And let everybody know that Para X is 24/7 with encores and live shows. So if you really get bored, you can come online, talk to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Listen to the shows.
And I figured we'll probably get a whole lot more coming in tonight because most of the people's at home. So where do they go to when they're at home?
And every convention, probably every ghost investigation is probably on hold for right now.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
Well, if I can also put in a personal plug, the Ryan Research Center has opened its video library to anyone that wishes to log in and take advantage of their video library right now.
Really?
So up there with the Guggenheim and the zoo and everything else, the Ryan Research Center is now open with their video library. So just plug there.
Nice. Good. That's good to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tonight we're going to be talking some about parapsychology and how it strives to show psychic ability as normal. And
Yes.
I think that you can give a little background on that to start with, and then we can really start asking a bunch of stuff.
Sure, yeah. Some of you might be interested, or some of you might have been already exposed to. I don't know how many of you guys have been jumping on Netflix. The Goop Lab actually, from what I understand, started their season at the Windbridge Institute down in Arizona, headed by Dr. Julie Beischel.
You mean Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop or something else?
That's it. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Yeah, she started her own show on Netflix called Goop Lab, and she's tested out some stuff. And she decided to go out and check out the Windbridge Institute, run by a colleague of mine, by Dr. Julie Beischel. And she tests mediums and studies psychic ability in human consciousness for a living. Like, gee, I wish there was a job I could have.
Didn't she test people like John? What is his name? Jonathan
Edwards?
Edwards, yeah.
She was involved in that study. That study was actually headed by Dr. Gary Schwartz down at the University of Arizona. The Veritas, I don't think it was officially the Veritas studies at that time yet. But, yeah, they did. She was part of that study, and she learned from Dr. Gary Schwartz how to make that study more robust, and she took it into her field at the Windbridge Institute in Tucson. So I think he had a triple-blind study which means the person handing out the questions to the medium were not connected to the person that was asking the question. They wanted to have all these people with tabula rasa brains basically handing this information off, so there would be no ability for the medium to misread information. And Dr. Gary Schwartz had a triple blind study. Well, Julie thought that was a little too warm and fuzzy for her taste, so she did a quintuple blind study, putting a lot more people in between the researcher and the medium, handing off the information to make sure that there was no cross-contamination. So she's really done a lot of work in trying to bring legitimacy. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm having trouble with words today. To the study of mediumship and psychic ability, and she's done work with BL Pharmaceuticals. She's gotten a lot of grants from them on applying mediumship to the grieving process. So she's kind of developed a format where a person can go on and talk to a psychologist and go to the medium and discuss their grieving process with the medium. But that's not where it stops. She actually has the person going back from the medium back to the psychologist to discuss what they have discussed with the medium. So the person is not left high and dry, with all this information coming from the medium, and then they're all upset and discombobulated. They have the psychologist to go back to filter through all that information that's coming from the medium. So it's a really fantastic study that she's doing through BIAL, and there's going to be a lot of very helpful information coming out of that study.
Well, that would make a lot of sense, because you're giving all this information that you have to digest and go through and sort. But the psychological part of that is it can, if you don't have guidance, it leads you to become addicted to going to psychics to try to figure it all out because you can't sort it out on your own.
Precisely, and that's why the Windbridge put together a special system. When they work with these mediums, they have to test to be part of the study. It's a very, very rigorous test. I've had some medium friends of mine that have actually applied for the study, and they're like, boy, this is tough. This is not easy. Because you go through round after round after round, and then after you get through the other end of that, there's questions from, of course, Julie and the researchers there. And then only after you have passed a certain criteria and signed a code of ethics of how you're going to behave when doing the study, do you get accepted into the program. And all of this is done by the mediums for free. The mediums do not charge for this. So it's a very prestigious type thing. I mean, for the mediums to be accepted into, and of course it's a badge of honor for them. And I know a lot of mediums that do put that on their site, saying, hey, I'm a Windbridge certified medium. But basically what it means is that you passed the study, you've done so many hours of work, and you signed a code of ethics. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that the Windbridge Institute has certified them.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that they have done voluntary work, and they've done it for free, basically.
Okay. But they've also gone through several, I assume, psych tests. I'm not talking about just the Zener cards, but do they go through readings, personal readings, etc., similar to what astrologers do, and you're handed a chart saying, here.
Yeah, you're done. You do personal reading tests. You actually do psych tests. You do psych evaluations. Mm-hmm. I can't go into the particulars as to what kind of tests they use, sure. But they do psychological exams. So to make sure that we don't have, as Dean Radin had put it in his last study, we want to make sure that there's no psychos in the psychic study. It sounds bad, but I get his point. But
I can imagine.
You got to sort through all those people. You can't just take an online study and take the information unfiltered. You have to filter through the people that are giving you the information and making sure that they're qualified. Mm-hmm. So, but the Windbridge does a very, very serious study on that, and so does the Forever Family Foundation.